So as I said recently, Tyson Fury has basically been saying everything different from what Tyson Fury fans have been saying over the years. Uh, I'm kind of confused of how guys are fans of certain fighters, but they don't hold the fighter accountable for what comes out of his mouth and what he says. But they'll hold a fan more accountable than the fighter these days. And Tyson Fury actually reveals that over and over. That's why I actually love having him in boxing. He says, divisions exist for a reason. When cruiserweights get close to the big guys, they usually come up short. You can't beat the average bigs, but you can't beat the elite bigs. He said you can beat the average bigs, but you can't beat the elite bigs. When cruiserweights get close to the big guys, they usually come up short. You can beat the average bigs, but you can't beat the elite bigs. So he's referring to Usyk. Before I keep going on about this statement. So why does he feel like Usyk's not elite as far as the way everybody else does? Because from what I've seen, most people feel like most people judge heavyweights the same way Tyson Fury does, from what I've heard. So they don't really question when he kind of refers to people and how good someone is. So from what I've heard, Tyson Fury is saying that Usyk didn't beat an elite. He don't feel like Anthony Joshua's an elite heavyweight. That I'm not surprised, but he feels like Anthony Joshua's not elite. Usually when a guy like Tyson Fury says something like that, knowing he's undefeated, haven't lost in his career, usually when a guy says stuff like that, it's usually lost. So, and then he says he has facts to back it up about cruiserweights struggling against elite bigs, and he says two things. He says Usyk can't beat no elite heavyweight, and then technically that means Anthony Joshua's not elite because he beat Usyk. He said the best cruiserweight that ever lived, Evander Holyfield, when he faced Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, he came up short. He said, I respect him as a man and as a fighter. He is unified heavyweight champion, undisputed cruiserweight champion, but I'm the best. I only defend my highest quality over him. So he said we have weight divisions for a reason, and he'll be left wanting when he fights me on May 18th. So we're gonna see, man. That's definitely huge words for me. And a lot of times people like to bring up size and different things in heavyweights, and lately people have kind of stayed away from that conversation. So it's kind of surprising to me that Fury actually feels that way about the weight class and different things. A lot of these guys haven't really mentioned much about size difference. Because Usyk, he'll still be a smaller guy. He fought Joshua at 220. That's what, going to be a 50-pound difference? And people's like, well, other guys like Wilder. Yeah, but Usyk don't have knockout power like that, though. So he's going to be in there boxing. Usyk ain't going in there knocking guys out. He'll stop you, but he's not knocking you out. There's a difference. And people saying that Fury's chin and everything. Fury's chin ain't to the point where he getting hit by Usyk and going to sleep. If he is, he's not the guy that everybody said he was. All these years, people said Fury. And then the damage over the fights. Man, look. When you get in the ring with a guy that everybody says they can't box, and you get out the ring and you saying you suffered injuries and things like that, and you're not the same fighter, well, the guy, I thought the guy couldn't box. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I be feeling about things. Like when the fans say somebody can't box, it shouldn't be no career injuries you should be suffering after fights like that. I ain't heard Canelo say one time, I got career injuries. I fought Triple G 3 times.